Hey YouTube, it's your girl Jamina Love back with another video. Welcome back, welcome back. How are you doing, my busy bees? Staying busy, I hope. Keeping it sexy? Always. How has the world been treating you guys? Wonderful, I hope. It is October, and I'm starting my 21 days of Halloween. Yay! Yes, I love, love, love Halloween time. It's my favorite time of the year. October is hands down my favorite time of the year, you know? Everyone loves Christmas, and I'm like, for that, sorry, I'm looking for I had to pack up a few of my basics earlier and put them in my BoxyCharm box because I was having some, some gas. But now I can pull it out. I wanted to create something phenomenal, you know? Why not? And as you see, I have my bee costume on. So, of course, it's going to be bee themed. Yes. Love a good bee, you know? You can never go wrong with a good bee. So, I think that it will do. Put that aside. I'm going to be working out of a couple of palettes. I'm going to be working out of the not Jeffree Star. I'm working out of the Morphe James Charles Collab palette. It has gotten some serious love lately. Look at that. And I'm going to be working out of the Hank & Henry Spring Fling palette because it's got a couple of bright, shimmery colors that I want to use, like this orange here and this bright, it looks white on screen, but it's actually a gold. Take off the little condo for that. And I'm going to do a cute bee look. Something that you could wear to your everyday job without getting the boot. Okay? Because we can do some gruesome stuff for Halloween, but we also got to do some very wearable things for Halloween because of the mask. You know, we got to be able to see just, you know, go eye first. Mask first, eyes first. So to start, I'm just going to prep my eyes with some Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I've really been into this concealer as a base for my eyeshadow. And I'm just using a Yunsa brush to blend that in. Yes, and I'm going to use yellow. Yes, yellow-based setting powder on my eyes to set my lid. My stuff is everywhere. Okay, got my little poof poof here. I'm going to use my little elf poof just to set it. And I'm setting it pretty heavy because I want it to be yellow, but I don't want it to be too yellow. So I figured, how do you do a bead that's not too yellow but also wearable? And keep it nice. I figure I'll throw in a little fall. Make sure I throw in some fall, you know, smoky look. And also keep it nice and sharp and neat. So, take the other side of my poof. Get rid of that powder. I'm going to put some tape. Just to keep it high up and neutral. Because some places of work, I guess you can go with it as high or as low as you want. But some places I know you have to keep it very professional. And honestly, when I was doing makeup back in the day on clients, they would be very specific about how wearable some of their Halloween costumes had to look because they worked at like Safeway or whatever. So I'm going to start with an orangey brown here and build up that color. And I'm mixing both. I'm mixing two different colors from the James Charles palette to create this orangey brown. And that's just because I want it to come out like honey more so than black and yellow on the eyes, you know? Because anybody can just put black and yellow on your eyes, but when you're trying to do something artistic and creative, you don't want to always be, you know, the norm. And black and yellow, hello, is awesome by itself. Alright, take a nice thick blender and blend that out. And I'm just bringing it all over because I want it to look very, 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 very honey-esque. Okay, I need a color switch here. Now they've got this neutral tone color called Tune. I can see some of the colors, but not all of them, which is pretty upsetting, but still fine at the same time. So I'm mixing these two colors. And bring them inwards. Tune in the orange. And then just do the same thing, blending it out. Make sure that that brown doesn't fade away because, you know, like I said, these Morphe palettes have a tendency to blend away. So I'm going to put on a little bit more of that brown just to bring that yellow over some more. And it's just it's really a muted, very muted yellow. And that's why I'm putting it with the orange. Should just use this brush. It helps blend everything that I'm looking for. Anyway, so should just use this brush to start. Gotta keep dipping it in a few times to build up the color, which is sometimes a pain in the rump, but sometimes a blessing in disguise, depending on how you like your pigments. And because I want this to kind of bleed, you know, lighter to the inner corner of my eye, I think this is just fine. So now I'm going to go orange and yellow together and brighten up that inner corner area. Then I'm mixing the yellow and the orange together to make that color. So it's more sunsetty instead of like a neon. What do you think so far? Very sunsetty yellow. Let's go back into the yellow, the orange, and bring this color back in. And that is important, even with costumes, even with not costumes, but even with our regular everyday eyeshadow, we want to keep building up and perfecting it the way we want. And a lot of the times, you don't see those 5-minute or little 30-second videos on YouTube that, or Instagram, when they go like that and they come back, that it actually took them a heck of a lot more longer than 3 minutes to create that look. Okay, so now I'm going to take Pinch Me, which is just a flesh tone color, to blend out my brow. Just make that nice and ovaled. Okay, and now I'm going to go into a very, very rich, another rich dark brown to deepen up the corner again, deepen up my outer V with a dark brown and the black. And just run that across my lash line because I don't want it to be super black at all. I just want it to be like all the different shades of honey, because honey doesn't come in just a yellow. It comes in lots of different colors, even a rose. I have seen, it all depends what the bees are pretty much feeding on to what the color will be. Okay. And that's pretty much it for that, for the James Charles palette. Now I'm going to go into the Hank and Henry palette. And I'm going to start out with this Daisy Dukes, which is like a bronzy shimmer. And start that on the outer 1/3. I love that I'm starting to get the hang of certain shimmers have to have a shadow base to even pop, because when you put them directly on your eye, they just don't do nothing. So us building up all that color was important. And we're not wiping any of that color away, we're just building up a shimmer haze on top of it. And I love Hank and Henry's formula. Okay, and without cleaning the brush, I'm going to dip into the orange called Pop Sick All. And I'm just going to dab into it enough just to give it a little bit. I don't know exactly how it's going to look, so we'll probably build it up on it. And then dust that into, yeah, because I wanted it to be orange, but not so poppin' that it would, you know, take over what I'm designing here with the honey look. Or even a fall look. But yep, you gotta keep building that orange up. It's very pretty, but it's definitely needs some work on the orange, because I can see some patches that are not, it seems to not be sticking. Let me grab, I'm gonna use this shimmery Ciate London spray. Make sure I find the hole. Because last time I sprayed it right at myself. Yeah, that helps. It's not 100%, but it does help fill in my aging eye creases. To make sure it all gets some on there. It seems like the wetter it is, the better it is. You see that? That is so much more orangey than this side. And even dry, so wet that some more. There we go. So the shimmers are really good when they're wet in this palette. I grabbed this on the Boxy add-ons. I heard it may be in the October's boxes. So I'm going to do another additional look with it. I'm going to dip back into that Daisy Dukes and do the same thing without wiping off the orange, so that I have a little orange to blend into. Just dragging it all towards the front of my eye to where we're going to put the lightest shade. Oops. Just to make sure we're we get enough shimmer, because I like it. I want it to be really bright. It's, you know, it's going to be a kind of a Halloween look. Well, not kinda. It is a Halloween look. You gotta remember to do them. I'm dabbing the creases in my eyes just to let you guys know. It is a beast. If I didn't know even, I don't even remember if my eyes were ever really that smooth or not when I was younger. I really don't remember. Do you guys remember? I don't remember. I don't think it really matters, because it is what it is now, right? Can't go back. Ooh, that yellow is beaming. And it's called Solito. And that is exactly what I wanted. You don't have to worry about all this fallout. We're going to clean that up. Yes. That is perfect. Okay. Let's put this away. Grab a liner brush and a good blender real quick so that we can just take it as it dries and blend it into each other. Since we blended the brown into the orange this way, we're going to blend the yellow into it, the orange this way. It does take a lot of blending, boy. Boy. So let me clean up and I shall put my base on and we'll be back to finish the eyes. Alright, so what do you think, my busy bees? Did I buzz this one in? So I just drew on a little purple bee here and I waved my last line to make it look like kind of like a dripping honey. Put a couple extra little bees up there. Had fun with my lips. What do you think? I think it is terrific. That's my little insight on that. Well, thank you so much, my busy bees, for stopping by and hanging out with me. I'm so happy for October, and I can't wait for you to see more costumes, get more ideas, and I mean, you can transfer this and make it into something very, very wearable without adding all the extras and the freckles and the dark lip, you know. So, yeah, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. I truly, truly adore you, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.